What's happening, y'all? Hannah's gonna make us a deer wild rice casserole tonight, and I'm not gonna act like I know how to cook it. I don't. This is her thing. But only thing I was asked was to cut it up. We're gonna be using 2 front shoulders off of the 3-point that Fawn killed. I'll just show y'all how I cut it up for her. She does it herself, but she's working today. I'm off, so I might as well cut it up. I just don't know how to put it together. She'll show you all that later. But let me show you how I cut this stuff up. Alright, I just demonstrated on a couple pieces. All I did was take the front shoulders and cut out chunks of the meat like this. I cut this up about 3 days ago and put it in the refrigerator and let it soak to get all the blood out of it. And you see this white skin, you just want to make sure to get all this white skin off. I picked out a piece of meat here where it's easy to see the grain of the meat. You can see how it's running this way. The only thing you want to remember is all cuts. You can cut these in bite-sized pieces. You can cut across grain like that. You're going to have little bite-sized pieces. Alright, let's get it all cubed up. Alright, let her come to a bow, and my part's done. Be up to Hannah now.
Hey y'all, so Anthony wants to make a deer and wild rice casserole. Now normally I make this a chicken and wild rice casserole, but a while back we decided to substitute the chicken with deer, and it turned out amazing. So we're going to show you how we do it. It's not hard, it's really easy. Thankfully he was off work today and he was able to cut the deer meat up for me and boil it, or it would have taken me a little longer. But we're going to show you what we how we put it together, and we hope y'all enjoy. So for the rest of the ingredients that you're going to need to make your casserole is 2 boxes of any kind of long grain wild rice that you want to use, and a thing of mushrooms. I normally buy the sliced portobello baby mushrooms, a can of cream of mushroom roasted garlic soup, a bag of shredded cheese. I usually norm the Colby and Monterey Jack cheese, a medium-sized onion, 3 stalks of celery, and about 4 slices of bread, and then of course your deer meat. Alright, let's get cooking. So of course we've got our onions and our celery chopped up and thrown in a pan with our mushrooms and some butter. I got about a stick of butter in there because, as any true southern woman, we love our butter. So you want to put that in a pan, medium to high heat, and just saute that until your onions kind of turn translucent. And then in another pan you're going to cook your wild rice just like it says the directions on the box until it's tender. Alright, so while we got our other stuff on the stove, we're going to just be kind of shredding up this deer meat that Anthony fixed for us. You know, the older the deer, the tougher the meat, so the longer you're going to need to cook it. Sometimes we use the pressure cooker, which really helps with tenderizing. But a young deer, you know, normally doesn't take that long to get them nice and tender and easy for you to shred apart. Sometimes, if I'm in a hurry, I'll stick it in the blender and kind of shred it up. My blender has a bunch of different options, and it has a shred option, so I'll pop it in there sometimes if it's a little too tough for me to shred it with my fingers. But this seems to be doing really good. So we'll get this all shredded up in our casserole here, and once everything gets done, we'll start combining. Alright, it's time to put everything together. I've already combined my mushrooms and celery and onions are already done. I put that in there. The rice just got finished, so we're going to plop that in there with all the moisture. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our can of cream of mushroom with roasted garlic in there. Normally I have to add some moisture to this, but I think there was plenty of moisture from the rice and we don't need to do that. Yeah. Okay, I'll make you chocolate milk in just a minute. So while you're getting all this mixed together, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to about 350. Alright, so once you get all that combined together, just smooth it out here. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your cheese that you had and you're going to sprinkle that all over the top.
cheese.
You want cheese? Okay. The little one's gotta have some cheese. Here you go. There we go. And the next thing you do, the 4 pieces of bread that you had, you're just gonna kind of crumble them up across the top. Alright guys, this is kind of what it looks like when you get it all put together. We're gonna pop it in the oven. Like I said, you're gonna have it preheated at 350. We're gonna pop it in there for probably about 15-20 minutes, just enough for the cheese to melt, the bread to crisp on top, and it start bubbling.
How long has it been, Mama?
15 minutes.
15 minutes and it's done. Let's chew this out some. You can put some kind of garnish on it, make it look pretty, but we just like to eat it. I'd rather taste good than look pretty. That'd be my plate right there. You want to say the lesson?
God is great.
Amen.
Amen. Good.
If you're curious about the deer meat, if it come out tender or not, you can make that shoulder meat come out tender. It's an excellent meal for cuts of meat that you generally cut up for jerky or anything like that. Utilize those cuts, those undesirable cuts. A lot of people I know, if they keep shoulders, all they do is cut them up in jerky or send them to the processor to be cut up. But we eat this meal probably, I'd say once a month. It's pretty dang good. Hope y'all enjoy it. We'll see y'all on the next one. Ren,
What?
is that good?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
It's
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Supper good?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Mama, I taught you how to cook that. Is it good?
Sure.